Yep. Here we go.
Cha-cha.
Oof.
Let me pull this up. Hello, everybody. Let's see what's happening in the world of cryptocurrency and digital assets. Let me put this down real quick. All right, we got them. All right.
Are we breaking this down into small bite-sized pieces, or are we keeping them whole? Tell me.
No, this is the Alex Mascioli show. I do what Alex Mascioli wants to do. on my side, I break them down to bite-sized pieces. You can keep it large as much as you want to.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining us. Just Rob and I getting on the tubes about 7:20 New York City time, a couple hours behind Rob's time. And this is actually just kind of finishing up almost like a part two, Rob, right? I mean, earlier you had me on your channel and we were talking about some things about the market, why it was going down, stuff like that. But then we kind of jumped into the audience and told them, hey, throw us out some pics of what you guys are liking, because it's interesting. You know, we want to hear about it. Yeah. And people threw back some interesting stuff.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know. First of all, everybody, thanks for coming on and watching me and Alex over on my channel just to talk about these the different craziness that's going on in the market, which I have to tell you, which seems the more that this day goes on and progresses, the more I feel like it's just another round of like greed and manipulation. I could be wrong. But over there, people threw out some of their altcoins that they like, and they said, hey, why don't you take a look at those? And of course, Alex said, sure. We'll do it, as if nothing else to do. So let's just take a look at all these projects, and then Alex, do me a favor, tell these guys like a recap of what we talked about today about what's going on in the market, and like the nonsense that happened.
Yeah, no, listen, everybody woke up this morning, unless they were experiencing it overnight, but they woke up this morning, they saw, they do what normal crypto people do. They go to their phones, they open up their apps, wherever they have crypto, and they go to take a look at the prices, and they're like, whoa, what happened? What happened while I was sleeping? And, we got shaky. Everybody gets shaky when corrections happen, retracements happen. Even the best of us, trust me and Rob do it too. We're like, whoa, is the world ending? But then around to see what's going on and what's affecting the market, there was all these there was some crazy headlines, some normal headlines. There was that blackout in China that happened a couple of days ago that kind of took a Bitcoin miner offline for a little bit. There was one article that came out that said, hey, the Bitcoin correction happened because the regulators are clamping down the US. Didn't understand that one. Another one said, hey, Bitcoin correction happened because Turkey banned crypto.
Crypto. Yeah. Turkey,
and that's what did it. Turkey banned crypto. I'm going to go with that headline, maybe. No, I didn't believe that one either.
Turkey banning crypto is like, who cares? It's Turkey, but it's amazing how skittish we all are, oh, well, first Turkey, and then Canada, and before you know it, the United States. I'm like, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't happen like that. And then someone corrected me. They go, it really wasn't a ban. It was just a ban on like third party and payments and things like that. People can still hold it. I'm like, well, I guess, but a ban's a ban. It still sucks. And then that one thing that you were just talking about. Hey, do me a favor. If you haven't done so already. Let me share my screen, and I'm gonna show you this.
Wait, what was the response I got earlier today? Never mind. No, I already did.
Not a damn chance. Not a snowball's chance in hell. All right. So check this out. So this was this is Jake Travinsky. If you don't know, he is a lawyer for a blockchain. Which blockchain is it? Compound Finance. That's right. And because this is the crazy thing about our market, right? Never have I seen like a small rumor snowball into something just so enormous or be part of the whole consensus that is, the world's ending. And he goes, look, and it was just this one from FX Hedge, U.S. Treasury to charge several financial institutions for money laundering using crypto. Sources. And he goes, look, man, I don't find this credible. Tweet itself was fishy. Treasury doesn't charge money laundering. The Department of Justice does. and a case against several financial institutions that once would be unusual. Also, criminal investigations are kept strictly confidential and rarely leak. I'm not convinced by unnamed sources. And I was like, there we go. So like all these stories that we see, it's not unrealistic that people get a little bit shaky, especially with the amount of liquidations we saw. What was it? How many billions out?
10 billion. 10 billion in blown out long positions on derivative contracts today.
Like this, just blow it out, right? Which, you know, I mean, Pete's sake, if everybody wants to do leverage trading, do leverage trading, have a good time, but just don't be crazy with like, I mean, I can see like a 2x, 3x type of thing. When you go on 50, 100x, you are a maniac if you're doing those types of things, and God bless you. But that just kind of kills the market, and then you have a cascading effect, and everybody's like, oh, the price is going down, I'm going to sell. Monkey see, monkey do, and before you know it, we're down in the dumps, and here we are. So that's kind of what the heck happened in a nutshell. So,
Oh my God.
But Alex, what's the opportunity today?
Oh, geez, we were throwing quite the amount of tickers earlier today. So I'm going to pull up one, and this one is ALCX, folks. Let us know in the comment in the live chat if you guys know about ALCX and if you guys are investing in it, if you think it's good. What's up, Crypto Oasis? And yeah, so I pulled this up. Now, listen, on paper, this sounded kind of cool. The first thing you do is you pull up this website, nice website. Look at this. No liquidations. Your only debt is time. I love it. It's a future yield tokenization protocol. And apparently what it is you can actually, I believe it's borrow. Is this the one?
So yeah, this is the one where you borrow, and
the yield pays it back.
Yeah. So here's the thing. The reason why we're talking about this, everybody, is not because we're bringing you the cutting edge financial advice, because none of this is financial advice, obviously, right? And to entertainment purposes only, especially the ones we're going to talk about right now.
This whole episode is entertainment. Just remember that. Exactly.
And the only reason that we're talking about this is because people put in the super chats like, hey, what do you guys think about this, this, and this? And Alex's bright idea was, hey, if you guys put in the super chats, we'll look it up. And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. So now here we are looking at Alchemix, and it sounds awesome. And it's like, where is that? Yeah, when you scroll down on the very top page, or the very front page of Alchemix, it'll show you.
Where am I here?
What's going on?
I'm going to let you want to control this?
Who's on first? Let's see.
Who's driving the boat? Hooper.
Yeah, right there. Keep going down. Right underneath that. Keep going. Right there. This one. So yeah, so this is how it goes. Like you can take out a loan, right? And they'll pay for in whatever that you really want. And then so in a very loose term of what I saw very, very quickly is that you do yield farming and it'll pay back your loan over time. And this is the crazy part, they never liquidate you. This is Alchemix. So it's like, I'm looking at some like, all right, this looks interesting, right? And then if you're like me, I just invest in people. I just do. Like, it sounds awesome, right? You're like, ooh, I can get some free money and I don't have to pay it back. Or I'll pay it back to the farming, which let's be honest. We saw a bunch of farming going on and went crazy this year in DeFi. So, hey, maybe, I don't know. But if you take a look at scroll up real quick, if you could.
Yeah.
Please. All the way to the top, I think. There should be like an about. Where'd it go? When we take a look at the actual team, that's the part I'm like, eh.
You want to look at the team?
I want to look at the team.
Where is anything on this website?
Where did they go?
Look at these investors. Oh, look at the strategic partners investors. You have Delphi Digital, okay? And then down here you have Alameda Research, Ledger Prime, two very well-known investors in the space.
All right, that sounds good. But I mean, look, how many, for people to get into investing, how many people just invest and they're like, oh, we're just going to throw some money at everything that we can and whatever stick. Because I think investors know what people know, which is hey, I don't have to have 100% winners, right? I just got to have, out of 100, I just got to have a couple big winners, and that'll cover everything.
Yeah, but the one thing that is interesting about this is that you look through it. So it's relatively new. You have a market cap here of 798 million. You have a 24-hour volume of 10 million. But look at the price of this token, $1,667. I mean, it falls in on the high side for a lot of the retail mentality, you know, hey, myself included. That was not a dig on anybody. So, I mean, your thoughts on that price?
No. Yeah.
And it's only located, according to CoinMarketCap, on one exchange, which is FTX. The rest is all swaps.
Nope. So, I mean, look, this might be awesome, might be, but if I have to make a quick judgment, I'm going to pass on this one. Now, okay. This could, of course, and everybody's sitting at home right now, screaming at the screen, going, "You're an idiot." True. Then also, you have to understand that I'm going to give up a lot of winners too, because I need to pass over a lot of the crap that's out there. So, if it does go up and it's fantastic, then great. But for me, like what Alex just talked about, $1,000 plus token, plus it's on one exchange and it's only on swaps. Maybe not for me, maybe for somebody else. That's all I'll say.
I just want to thank you, KA, for the super chat on AXIA V3. That was very kind of you. I have taken note on that. We're actually, for what you just did, we're going to do a little deep dive, and we'll have that during one of the daily shows this week. So stay tuned for that. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Wow. Well, okay. So what do we got next? What do you want to go over?
Well, we could take it over to Pirate Coin.
Which reminds me of a joke. This is what my grandson told me. He goes, "Why didn't the pirate go see the movie?" I said, "Why is that, Gabe?" He goes, "Because it's rated R."
I love it. I love it. Oh, that was priceless.
That was awful. All right, here we go.
So here we got Pirate Coin. Now, before we dig into this, Rob, I do want to let you know our good friend Donish over at Bitcoin.com exchange. I found this on the interwebs. So they took on listed Pirate Chain, which is interesting. I'm going to have to ask Donish for some performance reviews on how that's going. But here we are, Pirate Chain, ticker ARRR. First of all, I love the name. Okay, yeah. So it had me at the name. It had me at the ticker, because the ticker is just, I mean, that's so priceless.
That's pretty good.
This is a privacy play here. Okay. It's a private, it's the ability to fully send cryptocurrency privately. It says there's too many holes that are poked in normal privacy coin features. So it's independent technology, private transactions, future-proof, ready to use, total anonymity, and e-commerce enabled. I mean, that sounds fantastic and all.
It does. Sounds pretty good.
Well, the thing is, and then of course the chart looks fantastic. Look at this thing. I mean, we have trading volume of 7.8 million, and this thing is literally gone from 41 cents, take it back to beginning of April. April Fool's Day, 32 cents. And here we are at $3.23. Now, I want to ask you this. We got a market cap of 653 million. Now, as much as privacy coins are cool and they're useful in their own for certain transactions, one, I got to ask you, how many privacy coins do we need? And two, the way that exchanges and venues are delisting these things on just a purely arbitrational basis, can this get hurt? You know, I mean, what's the play here? You invest it and then one day you can't off ramp it.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It's a good point. Like, how many different private coins do you actually need? How many are in use? I mean, look, the big ones are Monero, Zcash for me. I mean, Grin, you know, because we talked about that earlier. But I mean, I don't know. How many different ones do you need? And is this one, you know, who's the team? What kind of investment does it have? How long has it been around? All that good stuff. I don't know.
It's very much like the one we just did, which is it doesn't have too much of a team page, okay, which is always scary, but it's a privacy coin. Maybe they want to be kept private. There is one interesting note that the gentleman in charge of this operation calls himself Captain Dreth. And that is Draeth. So it's a play on death. It's
okay.
Dreth right here. I tried to look up Captain Dreth. I couldn't find his LinkedIn profile, but it's okay.
It's okay. You know what? I will say this. Like when I look at things, this is one of my problems. I look at it as like an investor standpoint, like for long-term types of things. But in reality, right now, for everybody at home, not financial advice, right? Really, all you got to do is just think to yourself, which one of these coins are people going to start to dump a bunch of money into, and how can I ride that train up? That is the type of thing. And that's, I mean, if you're into that, that's kind of a more dangerous play. But with high risk comes high reward. So, I mean, this one looks like it's pretty much pumped up right now. I don't know if I would even get it right now because that was pretty going straight up type of thing.
It was aggressive for a young play, but you know, I'm just not into privacy coins these days, particularly being in the U.S. A lot of the time. So I don't know. What do you got? What's on your side of the table? Throw one over our way.
Let me see. Let me see which one I do. Because I had. Okay, I'm going to look at Unmarshall. You want to do Safe Moon?
No, as a matter of fact, I would love for you to do Safe Moon.
Okay, let's do. Okay, let me share my screen. I'm gonna go over these two real quick.
I'm gonna do Orion and Xero because they're similar yet so dissimilar, and I want to compare and contrast.
Okay, so here's the thing. So far we've already reviewed what, 3?
Yes, two.
And would you invest in any of those 3?
Not so far.
Me neither. All right, which is kind of like a different thing. If you go to like other YouTube channels, like this project's awesome and it's going to the moon, and we're like, nah.
That's why nobody's going to watch us for this episode, because we're telling everybody, yeah, don't invest in this.
Don't invest in this. Like, these guys suck. All right. So Unmarshall, this was one of the other things that we got in the super chat for the video over there at Dan. And it looks interesting. I mean, it's all about querying blockchain, API integration. It's like it says right here, DeFi protocols, build wallets. And then, so it looks like some type, it's an integration made by developers. And then when I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, what does it really do? I mean, as far as like the tokenomics, network of blockchain data, indexers, and transforms tools to power DeFi apps, which we know that's going to actually, go through. We know that we're going to need something like that. We know we're going to need something to actually facilitate this. And it's looking like look, you can use Ethereum, BNB, Polkadot, Solana, and I don't even know what this one is right here. And then they can push it right through, and you can do all these different great types of things. So tax engine, GraphQL, DeFi state engine, insights and analytics, WebSocket. Okay, so these are things that it looks like it's something that can actually be needed. Features, rich data, DeFi taxing, profit and loss tracking. But here's the question though. So what Unmarshall does, can any of these projects do the same thing? Do we need an Unmarshall? That's the big thing I was thinking about when I saw this. I don't know.
And that's one of the questions you really need to ask yourself, right? When you see these projects, are all the buzzwords that they're utilizing and all the marketing that they're pushing, and they explain what it is, do we really need it? And then always look for the overlaps. You'll find 20 different pieces of other projects into, overlapping into projects sometimes. And you're just like, well, don't we have 5 of those already?
Yeah, and see, and like with this one, I think to myself, maybe this is truly, truly needed. Maybe there is a real big problem, but I'm not that well versed into it. So again, for this one, and it looks like it's got a pretty solid team, is like the people that actually are engineers and developers. You can just take a look. And then what's great about this one, it actually links to their LinkedIn accounts. So you can kind of check them out. They do like that. White paper looked okay, but again, for this one, I'll probably pass as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. All right, Safe Moon Protocol.
Give it your best shot, my man.
Okay. So this is very, very new. Here's the roadmap. Q1 2021, protocol initialized. This would be like the ground floor of ground floors to actually get into these types of things, right? And then, and I like this here. We've successfully onboarded and confirmed a Dogecoin trading pair, which if this was like 2 weeks ago, I probably would have like, but in all honesty, look what happened to Dogecoin. Do I think that's sustainable? Absolutely not. But I was wrong about Dogecoin before, so who knows? Anyhow, then Q2, Whitebot tokenomics integration, completion of the Safe Moon app, wallet, and games, the Bitmore integration. So right now, when I'm looking at this, I'm like, this is a project that is just starting to get off the ground. And again, maybe it could be great, but if you've ever like taken a business from 0 to 100, you know the different bumps and bridges and things that get burned along the way. So could this make it? Sure. Is this for me? Not for me. But again, I think this is something that you could just say, you know what, this could actually go up. So again, let me switch hats real quick. Investor, no. Trader and looking for something like that, let's see. First of all, where can you buy this? Can you buy it?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's appealing about it.
Okay.
So you have it on, let me, I'm gonna screen share for a sec here. So Pancake Swap, it's a BSC chain token. We all know the popularity that's happening over there, right? So you're getting some pretty good price action right now. Listen, you're right about new, March 19th. Okay, this is less than a month old tomorrow. And we're already up. I mean, we're up quite the percentage points right now. We have a $1.8 billion fully diluted market cap, 23 million in volume. This is how Pancake Swap and the BSC platform have been really taking off with popularity, because even if you're doing a fair offering on Pancake Swap, you have participants ready to eat it up. They've found out here the day that their tokens start trading, they raised 700,000 for a new exchange. Listen, again, I'm hitting overlap here. I don't know if we need a new exchange. What point this is going to serve that's going to be better than, say, Pancake Swap itself. And then, here's the CEO. I really can't knock him. Look at me. I look like a dope half the time. But, maybe you watch this. I don't know. I'm not into it. I'm not buying it. I don't think there's a need for it.
Long-term investor, right? But what about someone who wants to trade that?
Now here's the other mentality. If you can do for an arbitrage play, BSC is all the rage right now. So if you have a new project that comes out on BSC, I will tell you that the chances are I would throw money at it without even knowing what it is at this point in time right now. That's spoken from the gambler of gamblers, Alex Mascioli, just so you guys know. Cheers. All right. So that's that. Does look good. It could be something there. All right. Let me go back. So then we got that and that. This one, elongate, which sounds funny, elongate. And just so you know, this was created because of a tweet that Elon Musk put out. It says, if there's ever a scandal, please call elongate. And someone said, you know what? That sounds like a cryptocurrency that we should probably develop. And sure enough, here we are. And what really got me into this is because someone said, hey, you don't understand, Rob. This is all about charity, and they're building for charity, and 80% of what they raise is for charity. I'm like, what does it do? Like, don't worry about that, Rob. Don't worry about that. That is irrelevant. The charity. So apparently, where did it go? So here's all the phase fours. Let me just. Wait, go through the phases because I want to
Sure.
know what possibly Elongate could have for phases in a roadmap.
Cool. That's a great question. So first of all, phase one, launch of website, that's a solid choice. And social media channels. Really, that's where it should just stop. That's all you really need. Creation of an overarching marketing strategy, multiple partnerships with influencers forged. So, Alex, expect a call. Establishment of the community's corporate social responsibility commitment to support the UNWP, Action Against Hunger, and this is what we're talking about as far as the charity, as well as the big green organization, and conceptualization of an NFT launchpad, because we need those. Launch of our official white paper. So again, this is in phase two. So we're going to do some charity, and then we're going to launch a white paper. Great. And I'm not going to take anything away from him. I mean, God bless him, right? They raised. So he even says it. This is pretty funny. Elongate is a crypto project that began as a parody of Elon Musk's tweet. Since ballooning to an active community with over 100,000 holders, that's pretty impressive. You cannot take that away. And in the first month, Elongate raised over $1 million for charity. And then they talk about, yeah, and then these are the guys. And I took a look at this gentleman here. Looks solid. He's got some experience. But you got marketing, community, charity and accounting, engineering, logistics. So small team, but I mean, they got the right people in place, that's for sure.
Rob, what are you really doing here? You don't need a big team. You're kind of just joking around with this thing, and you're building it up into what sounds like something that'll attract charity play, right? Because, hey, this is a joke, this is a meme. We're using this for good. Let's wave the wand.
Let's wave the wand. And then they say, okay, 80% is going to charity, which means the other 20% is?
You got to pay the team. They got to eat. They were probably all jobless when they started this thing.
They got to eat. That's right. So that's Elongate. I mean, I commend them for the charity. I mean, who else is doing that? Great thing. But I had my fill with Doge. I'm good.
Rob, it'd be cool. Listen, I get actually out of all the, I was a real doubter of this one when you told me the story. But out of the project so far, I actually think this one has some legs. Now, they're kind of positioning it for the greater good, which everybody needs and the world loves.
Agreed.
And if you can get Elon Musk
can you imagine?
On board with this, and this thing, it becomes a 401c, a 405, what's the charity? A charity?
401c.
Yeah, that thingy. If it can become a 40CCC and we can get Elon Musk on, and these guys start pumping out the good and raising money for charity, hey, I'll buy the token.
Yeah, you got a point. If Elon Musk tweets about it, then it's going to the moon. That's why I'm going to pay him to tweet about Tomato Coin as soon as it launches.
Oh my gosh, Tomato Coin is my life.
That's everybody's life. But we might get a deal with Olive Garden. I don't know. All right, so there's that one. And then let's see if I got anything. Oh, let's not forget about this piece here. I do want to talk about a good one. And real quick, I don't know if you can see this when I blow this up. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what we're going to go over last, but I'm going to go over Luxo next. But I want to remind everybody that when we did our live stream this morning over at the Dan channel, we took a look, we used Trade the Chain sentiment analysis to see what was going to go up in the next hour or so. And these were the top four that we took a look at: Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Grin, and Decentraland. When we click on the 1 hour projected range, it told us that in the next hour with 90% accuracy, Bitcoin Cash is going to go up 8%, Litecoin is going to go up 7%, Grin is going to go up 5%, and Mana is going to go up 4.6%. So it's always interesting. And Alex even said, let's take a look at if this is actually going to be true. And then people can decide if they want to take a look at Trade the Chain. So I was like, sure. So first of all, let me go over to Luxo real quick. So Luxo, I hope I'm saying that right. Luxo?
Luxo, yeah. I like the pink. I mean, well, I don't know if I like the pink, actually.
First, I love this website. It's great. And it's engaging. It brings you in, but that's not the big thing, right? I've been hearing about Luxo on my channel for the last 2 or 3 weeks. You got to check out Luxo. You got to check out Luxo. You got to check out Luxo. And usually when I hear the same type of projects over and over again, like, I don't think I'm going to hear about Alchemy. I don't think I'm going to hear maybe about a lot of these we just talked about. But I think I'm going to hear a lot more about Luxo and what's going on. So what is it? It's all about NFTs. blockchain infrastructure, series of standards and solutions for physical and digital consumer goods. New partnerships. It's an ERC 20, ERC 725. Network dedicated to moving blockchain beyond DeFi. This was interesting. Public profiles. So this is the thing that actually Cardano talks a lot about. Is about using the whole DeFi space, but how do you actually identify somebody in that space so they can actually use their cryptocurrency and digital assets on the blockchain? Profiles, some type of digital ID, digital certificates, and this is what they're doing. I don't know about the currencies, but sure. But this about, I invest in people, and this looks pretty good. Fabian Valkelstiller, I think I nailed it. Blockchain vet, who was part of the Ethereum Foundation from 2015 to 2018. He helped shape Ethereum space, building the official Ethereum wallet, first decentralized Web3 browser, and tools like Web3.js, JavaScript library, proposed ERC20. Wow. In November 2015, he proposed ERC20. So I think this guy knows what he's doing. So again, I look for people who've already done these types of things. Maybe they can duplicate it. This is the big thing. And this is what me and Al were talking about before we got on. Look at these advisors. Nike, Chanel.
I just want to look like that guy, Eric Frunder.
Oh, you can't pull that off.
That's never.
That's a guy with, like, I have no style, as people have seen on my channel. That guy's got style. Rajiv for Burberry. Daniel Lisk, artist, okay. Confin, Ethereum Foundation, and on and on and on. So if you're talking about minting these types of NFTs, and this was a thing I always questioned, because like there was another group that was working with what is that, Gucci. I was like, why would Gucci put in an NFT? And like, you don't understand, because the more exposure that they get, the more that they're doing for art and their creative side, the more it'll bring people to Gucci. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm looking at these advisors. I'm like, I see what's going on here. And then here's the big thing. Luxo is ranked 267. It's outside the top 200. It is a little bit high at $12. You'd like it to be like in the cents range. You would. But look at the max supply, 100 million. It's not 500 billion. It's not a quadrillion. It's 100 million. So you're thinking like, this could be an actually good play. And then just unlike what we saw with all the rest of them, where they've already gone up. Look at this one. I went all the way back to, where are we? February. I guess it's not that far back. But if you take a look, February, it was pretty flat, had a pump, had a 2588, and here we are down here. So I'm not saying this is not financial advice, but out of all the ones that I took a look at, I'm going to take a look a lot harder at Luxo moving forward.
It's it's a couple of people in the comments about, hey, you could be anybody on the internet. Listen, we're just doing a cursory look at the website. Obviously, you want to delve in deeper into their LinkedIn or anything else that you can triangulate on the interwebs to confirm who they are and what they've done in the past. We're not doing this. We're not taking this at face value. We just don't want to keep you here all night. Investigation.
Not only that, but I mean, it's a good point. Like, this is just a starting point. You know how many times I heard about Polkadot before I bought it? A lot of times before I bought it. And I had to really do, even after I did the research. So it's the same thing here. Anyhow, sorry, Al, what are you gonna say?
No, don't be sorry. It's just this is cursory looks. We're kind of giving you our thoughts off of our initial viewings of these. There's so many projects, and there's so many projects that get put in front of Rob and I that we can't sit down and read all these things. I mean, I don't know how many DMs you get, but every day people are like, hey, do you mind taking a look at this? And I'm just like, man, I gotta eat dinner.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed.
I gotta run a company. All right. You flipping it over to me, or are you going with social sentiment, or do you want me to finish up my last two?
Nah, let's finish up, and then let's see if Trade the Chain actually lived up to the hype.
All right. Now you're putting me on the spot. All right. I have two projects left that I'm going to do. One is Orion Protocol, and the other one is Xero Exchange. So I'll start with Xero Exchange. Now I've been, let's see, share screen. I'm kind of hip to this. I think it has legs. For one, it's it's what I think the future is. I think there's going to be a love among chains. Okay. I think it's going to be peace, love, and harmony. There'll be no more fighting. Xero is a multi-dex
Okay.
swap exchange that allows you to perform transactions on Ethereum, Avalanche, and BSC. And they're coming out with Polkadot. They're coming out with Solana. This is what I think the future is looking like, and it's big. You know, we've actually done some tests over here at Trade the Chain on Xero. We've done some swaps, some cross-chain swaps. Things are looking good. Full disclosure, I do now officially own a bag of this stuff. Okay, because I think it's going places. It's new, and the team seems to be on the right track. Now, I am planning on you and me, Rob, having a sit down with this team in the near future. Okay. But I have been looking at this very deeply. I think this is a future. I like multi-desk DEX exchanges, and the price action is looking good. Unlike some of the others you brought up, I kind of like 30 cents.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. What's the max supply? Does it say there?
Let's see here. What do we got? Well, I know
doesn't say
that there's I know that there's a burning mechanism located in it right now. It is only available on Xero Exchange and Uniswap because it is brand new. I'm looking for this thing to get listed on exchanges shortly. In the meantime, I went over, I got it off of Sushi. I've played around with swap trades on the exchange, and it's really cool how it works.
Yeah, is it? Oh no, I'm just looking at it. So I'm looking at CoinGecko, and full disclosure, I don't own any of it yet, but it's looking pretty good. I'm very slow to the game, guys. That's just how it is. I'm very, very reserved. So I'm looking at the max supply. That's 1 billion. Okay, got it. Not too bad. And then it's ranked 400 and something on the market cap. That's pretty low. That's good. We want that, right? We want to go low before it goes crazy.
Well, exactly, because there's not a lot. I think it's undervalued for what the lockup trajectory is going to be on this platform. When people don't have to go to Pancake Swap, don't have to go to Uniswap, they just come to Xero Exchange and they start going across BSC and Avalanche. Then they're going to add Polkadot, the Solanas after that. I mean, it's really becoming like, this is what I envisioned. And people are getting frustrated with the gas fees. This is what I envision. If it's not located in your jurisdiction on a centralized exchange, you go to a place like Xero Exchange and you get it, and you don't pay these ridiculous gas fees. So yeah, I'm beginning to believe it more and more. The project I have coming up next year is similar, yet couldn't be farther from different.
You got to fill us in later. I like that.
Well, this is Orion Protocol.
Oh, this one looked good. And I was looking at this beforehand, and I'm like, and it's the same type of thing, right? But exchanges and DEXs together. But I don't know about the
it's fees, an aggregator.
Yes. It aggregates every checks and DEX and swap pool.
Exactly. So it's doing something different than Xero Exchange, but it's doing something that is equally as beneficial in one regard.
Yeah.
So it's aggregating both SEX and DEX into a swap pool in one decentralized platform. And you can see the price here. It is, I mean, we've gone up. Yeah, it's really nice. I think any of these young DEXs that are proving themselves as different, because folks, you got to remember, Sushi is a cut and paste copy of Uniswap.
Yeah.
There's nothing that the chef did that was ridiculously different than what Uniswap was. But now you have things like Orion, which are aggregating CX pools and DEX pools and putting them together. So you're getting almost like best execution on a DEX platform. And then you have Xero Exchange, which is letting you bounce off Ethereum into BSC, Avalanche, soon Solana, and then Polkadot. These two projects are solving actual problems. My view.
Yeah, because I mean, who was it? We were talking about using Uniswap, And in the beginning, I was like, yeah, it works out pretty well. But then when the fees went crazy, everybody's like, well, I can still do it, but I need a lot of money. So like my whole thing is dollar cost averaging. I love to do it, but you can't do that on Uniswap. It's impossible unless you're dollar cost averaging of $10,000 a day.
Yeah, even then, sometimes the fees are so ridiculous.
Yeah, so something to look into. I will look into both of those, but it is good to kind of find these, low cappers and just, see where they're going to go. Like it worked out pretty well for some things in the past, and it looks good. All right, that's all we got for that part, but let's finish up with Trade the Chain to see if it actually did what it's supposed to do.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, what do you have for give me price on BCH, Bitcoin Cash, from earlier today on its positive sentiment?
Let me do this. Let me share the screen, and you guys can go to the live stream from today and verify this. Server's like, they're full of it, but no, here we go. All right, let me blow this up. So this is what we had. What time did we do this, Alex? Like
about 5 hours ago.
Okay. So this one, even though it's a 1 hour projected range, it did go up pretty well. We'll find out. So the first one, Bitcoin Cash, the price was $908.72. When we looked at the top ones that are supposed to pop off in the next hour, this is what Trade the Chain gave us with 90% assurance. So it was supposed to go up 8%. What's the price right now for Bitcoin Cash? Do you want to, I'll stop the share and you can show them.
No, it's 900. It's okay. Here we go. This is the game plan. It is currently $974.
Okay, not too bad. That's a pretty good deal for just a couple sitting around for 3-4 hours.
Just to give people an idea, this is a 1 hour candle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right here is when we did the show, 904 thereabouts, and sentiment was high on the dashboards, and now it's 976.
Cool. All right, let's go with it. I got the next one. So the next one. Here we go, was Litecoin. So that one came up very bullish, 7%, 90% accuracy. It was at $262.99, $262.99. Let me stop share. You can show us if it went up or not.
And Litecoin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. And what was the price?
$262.99.
Yep, that would have been on this bullish candle right here. It is 274, just under 274 and a half.
Okay, not too shabby. All right. And then the last two, and one we shouldn't have done this one because see how it says here, not enough tweets. That's pretty much the sentiment, but we went with it just to see what would happen. It was Grin, and Grin was 88 cents.
Grin was 88 cents. It is now $1.09, $1.087.
Okay, we'll take it. And then last one, what was it? Mana, I think. Yeah, Mana, $1.28, and that was supposed to go up at least 4%.
All right, we have Mana.
Yeah.
Up $1.36.
Damn, really? I went from what? 88 cents to, is that right? Let me see.
No, it was what was it?
Oh yeah, 128. That's pretty good.
128 to $1.36. So, and it actually, it's on a bullish candle right now. So
that's what we got. Okay. So that was a nice little thing. Not too shabby. All right, everybody.
And just to give people, we'll give people a little treat who are not members of Trade the Chain. What we got happening right now this hour, we got Neo showing a 20% upside.
God dang.
Numare.
I don't know what that is.
It's been around the block for a while. KuCoin shares projected 14% to the high side with a low of -4. I keep thinking this is Tomato Chain every time I see it.
Me too.
Homo Chain bullish to the in the hour to 13.9. Now, what's interesting, you see like this one, long-term sentiment looking bearish. And then if we just swap back down to the low side, these are the low side. So look at this Ave looking very bearish in the 1 hour, minus 15.5% projected range to the downside. And then, Bitcoin, everything's long-term bullish on the top 10, top 12, but we got daily looking bearish on the Bitcoin. It's neutral throughout the rest. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what. I mean, that was a pretty good correction right there today. I think tomorrow we're going to wake up, it's going to be different. So that's probably what, because like I said, when I did every video this last week, it was all bearish, even though we were going up like crazy. It was weird. I'm like, I go, well, people ask me like, why is that? I go, we got to understand, like when it goes up like this much, people are just expecting it. They're expecting a correction, and then we got it, and then here it is, and everybody's like, all right, that's cool. 18%, not a big deal. And then they're expecting the next ladder up. We'll see what happens. Because a lot of things we talked about, nothing changes. Fundamentally, did anybody hack Bitcoin? Did the US government come out and said, we're going to shut it all down, we're going to stop the internet? Did Ethereum come out, the foundation, go, you know what, surprise, it's all a scam? No, it's still the same thing. So
the world is still here.
Didn't blow up, Al. Didn't blow up.
All right. You got anything else, Rob?
Nothing. Nothing for this week. We'll see how the week goes. What was the big thing? Oh, there was one thing. I'll reveal it later, but it's all about Puerto Rico and what we're going to do with that.
Well, first of all, you and I have to put together like a little mini series on moving down.
Yeah, we got to do, because what I want to do is get some people together that are in the know and talk to us about, because I'm going to go through the process and then I'm going to bring everybody in and see, this is how I did it. This is who I use. This is what's going on, to give you just a step-by-step. You're welcome to go outside that, but I'll do it first and then tell you what it is.
I don't know. I may have to get a new like HDR camera or something and kind of do a follow you around thing while we move down there. So.
Oh, that would be boring except for like the actual 15 minutes I actually do stuff.
You talking? So, yeah. People are watching us now.
You guys got to there's nothing else. That's it, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. That's all we got today.
Oh man. All right, guys, take it easy. Thank you for watching. Yes, Alex Quintero, VGX, STMX to the moon, and we'll both catch you in our videos tomorrow.
Oh, STMX, we got to talk about that. All right, everybody.